Hey there, Michael Kyle here, and welcome to another edition of Knowledge Drop Tuesday, where I take one of the most questions I've been asked the prior week in about marketing or home business. Some of the more popular questions I was asked, and I create a video around that so I can make a training to share with everybody. So here we go. This week's question or topic is, how do I cover advertising costs? Now that is something that I get asked pretty much several times a week at least, if not daily, because that's a big thing when you gotta, you no matter what business you're in, it doesn't matter, what home business you're in or whether, or even what niche, doesn't matter. You have to get eyeballs on your business, and you have to have people looking at it. And if you don't, you don't have a business. And the thing is, you have to be consistent with it. You can't buy traffic one time and expect it to last you, pay you a lifetime, if at all. I mean, it's a numbers game. Some traffic runs you're going to get sales, and then a lot of traffic runs you're not going to. Most people don't buy the first time they see your offer, so it takes a good follow-up email with your subscribers in order for them to decide if they know they can trust you enough to buy from you. So advertising can be expensive, and it has to be an ongoing thing if you're going to find success in any business, whether it's online or off. So what I did was I just thought I'd make a video. I thought I would pick some things that you can put in, you can implement right away that can help you with your advertising costs. So basically, the big question I ask is, what expenses can you reduce? Okay, this is something that really people don't think about when they get into this. When they get into business, they don't think about is there something that they can cut that will free up a little bit of that money that they can put into advertising and put into their business. Because again, the business is your livelihood. You need to that needs to be one of your top priorities, if not the most. Obviously beside your family, it needs to be a top priority, and getting that moving. So I always ask people, what can you cut, and then give them ideas and stuff, and things that I did too when I was first started out. Things that I cut out of my life or reduced to free up some income. So I mean free up some money so I could buy traffic with my business. Because once you join a business, you obviously want to position yourself in any program that you join. Position yourself to earn the most from it. So that means getting all in. You hear that term a lot, probably getting all in. That means purchasing all the products. And whatever program you're in, just get positioned to earn the most money. That's what you want to do, because that's like the difference between you can get paid like hundreds of dollars a week versus thousands a week or a month. So you definitely want to be positioned to earn the most money. So you got the money up, the payments to buy your products, and obviously if your program has a monthly fee, you gotta obviously cover that too. So you got that down pat. You got your expenses set for that. Now you need to buy traffic to promote your business to. Okay, you need people seeing your business. So obviously there are a lot of free traffic out there, and that's great. It's slower, but it is it will get you traffic, will get you leads. I have a lot of training on that. I always advise to do both. Me personally, I do both free and paid marketing. It's just, it's something that I've always done from day one, and I always, tell people to do that from day one. But even if you got the money, I mean, unless you're sitting on, so much money that it doesn't matter, and you don't need to do free methods. You can just throw money into traffic constantly. Then hey, that's one thing. But if you're, if you're on a budget, you're going to need to do both free and paid. So what can you cut? Things you to think about. This is now you're going to see this list, and some people are going to right away, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy. I'm not going to do this. This is stupid. There's no way I'm going to cut this out. So you're going to know if one thing you're going to know if this sort of thing is right for you. If home business or created income, if you're looking to change your income, add to it, you're looking to change your life, if you're looking to get out of the job force and work for yourself, that's the dream. And a lot of people want to do that, and they come online every day looking for that. This is going to basically, I don't want to say weed out the people that aren't serious about it, but it kind of is, because you're going to look at this, and if you find yourself, so every time when I cover an item here or whatever I listen, when you first see it, and if you're automatically, oh, no way, I can't do that. This loser needs to shut up and get away. And this isn't for you. So, but let's just get started. So, first thing, cut unhealthy habits. Okay, and the two that stick out most to me are always just smoking and drinking, and I actually did a lot of both. Now I'm smoking. I'm talking cigarettes. I didn't smoke any of the funny stuff, but I smoked for like 22 years. I mean, I smoked for a lot of years, and I was a pack a day smoker ever since I was like 16. So um, that's a lot of cigarettes and a lot of money. And I quit. I got on the patch, and one thing I got, I not the Nicoderm or whatever that's called, Nicoderm. I got on the Walmart brand, the cheap brand. Got it. It's like half the price, but it's the same thing. I will cover that in a little bit. So yeah, I got on that. It's called the step down patch, something like that. But anyway, I was on it for 12 weeks, and I was able to quit. And it surprised me that I was, I say I was a 27-year or 22-year smoker, pack a day, and yeah, I mean, I was surprised that I did it. And I was glad that I did it. I was proud of myself. And one thing I told myself is I wasn't going to call myself a non-smoker. Wasn't going to say that I quit until I had stopped for 3 years, at least 3 years. Okay, so now it's been over 11 years now, so yeah, I'm a former smoker. But yeah, so smoking, if I understand if it's a habit, so it's going to take time to quit, but if you can cut back, you can, from when I was buying the patch, that cost the I think the package, I think it was like 14 days in a box. I can't remember. It's been a while, but anyway, but it was like the price of a carton of cigarettes back then. So it wasn't really spending any more. Because once you're on the patch, you're not supposed to smoke because you can get yourself sick because of all that nicotine then. But yeah, so once I cut that out, I mean, it's the way cigarettes cost now. Like when I was buying cigarettes, of course, again, I was buying generics. I was buying the cheap ones, cheapest I could find. So I was buying a lot of, I was going and buying, stores like beer distributors would have them like buy two get one free a pack. So that ended up being like costing like maybe like $2.75 a pack. So you take that times 20, or $2.75 a day, and that adds up. Nowadays, I mean, I saw that in New York, the price of a pack of cigarettes is like $13. Oh my gosh! I mean, that's to buy a carton, 13. You're looking at what's that, $260? Oh, that's craziness. I mean, think about it. That's $260, but you can buy a lot of traffic for your business for that. Just saying. Okay, next one, drinking. I drank a lot of beer. I don't drink much anymore. I haven't for a few years, but I really cut that back because I mean I was, I can put them away. I'm a big boy. I can put the beer away. But yeah, I mean, and again, I would buy the cheaper one. I wouldn't, I'd buy like I think with Milwaukee's Best Light was my brand or something like that. So I wasn't buying Heineken or Corona or any of the like my brother is into all these foreign beers. It's like that's kind of gross. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, that's another thing you can cut out or cut back on. Okay, the next one. These are going to get harder as I go through these. So if you're already like, oh, forget this, I can't cut that out, then again, you already know this isn't for you. Eating out, eating at home more, making more meals at home. There's people that that say they don't have money, but then they're eating out at restaurants, 4 or 5 nights a week. What if you can cut a day or two of those a week? Eat at home 3 or 4 days a week. Just something to think about. It's one other way you can cut. Because that obviously that adds up. Depends how big your family is. Okay, the next one. Fancy coffees and drinks. This is a big one because people like their coffee, and I'm one of them too. I mean, I started drinking coffee about, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. I was a late starter on coffee, but I love my coffee. But I drink regular coffee. I drink coffee at home, and it's cut back on Starbucks. I mean, I know Starbucks coffees are what are those fancy drinks are like $70 a piece. People get one of those a day. That's $60 a week. $60 is going to buy you an order of traffic for your business. Okay, I make coffee at home. I even buy the cheaper coffee when I buy the big like 30-ounce cans. Buy those, and I can get I can get Folgers or Maxwell House. I can usually get those. I shop at like Aldi's. I can get it cheaper there. But yeah, I mean I drink coffee, but I don't buy the expensive stuff. So there's another place you can save money on. Moving on with gas and driving. One thing it's great with being full time working from home. I obviously do a lot less driving because I was driving an hour to work each day, front and back, to and from when I was going there. Consider carpooling if you got people that live near you that you work the same job. Consider carpooling to work. Consider refinancing if you have a loan for your car. Consider refinancing for a lower rate. As long as you don't add too much time to your, too many years to that. Depends where you're at as far as your payments are. That's just something to consider, because gas prices are, they're not as bad as they were years back, a few years back, but they're creeping up again. Okay, next one. This is a big one too. Cell phones and data plans. Stop upgrading every time there's a new release. Yeah, you see it on the news every time a new iPhone's coming out or something's coming out. People are lined up to get it. I don't get it, but I'm not of the younger generation anymore, so it means nothing to me. But I know it means a lot to a lot of the younger folks. But I have a cheap phone. I mean, I have a phone that I've had for years now. It's a cheap phone, and I mean, I do business. I mean, I run a business full time, and I use that, for my business as well. And I don't have to, I don't have big payments, big. I didn't pay $600 for the phone, and I don't, I have my cell phone plan is really cheap, it's a Walmart plan. And I pay $30 a month for it. And if I need to get more minutes, if it depends on how long the calls I'm on, if I need to change it, I will then. But yeah, I mean, I stick to the bare minimums. I've always done that, so that's kind of helped me with this. But if you've got for someone that's a big spender, some of these things are going to be a little tougher for you. But if you want this bad enough for yourself and your family, if you want to change your life, change your income, these are the things you're going to have to consider. If you're not, if you obviously if you want to do this, you need to make more money, so you're going to have to make some cuts somewhere. If you got kids and you got a lot of phones in your house, a lot of different numbers, family plans, that's something to think about as well, because obviously it's going to be cheaper for you in the long run there. Okay, the next, cable bill. Now this is a big one because people like their cable, and I read I forget where I read it at or I heard it from, but there was someone I think it was a guy that I don't know if he was a bill collector or something. But anyway, so he said that when he would go to help people with whether it was maybe he was I don't know consolidating bills. I forget what he was doing. But anyway, everybody he talked to that was basically behind in bills. The number one thing they would not cut is their cable. They kept their cable, and its cable was like $150 a month. That's the one thing that they didn't cut. They could have the no food in the house, but they got to have their cable. I mean, that's something. I mean, me personally, I cut my cable back in 2006. And back then, that was 12 years ago, and I was paying. I had everything. I mean, I didn't need it. I didn't watch hardly any of the channels that I had, but I was paying. I think it was like $150 back then. I mean, that was 12 years ago, and yeah. So I mean, that's something you can think about. You can really cut if that $150 a month can get you like 3 good traffic runs to your business. Okay, or cut it or reduce it. I mean, I believe now because there's so much of this IPTV out there, and there's so much internet TV that these cable companies now are, trying to offer a little more of, you can choose your packages, where because back in, I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, you had to pay for everything. You paid for channels that you weren't even going to watch, and you had no choice. I think they're starting to work with customers now because they're losing out on a lot of business. So. Think about doing that, cutting the cord all together and using antenna for over-the-air channels. Actually, when you get your over-the-air channels, if you get them directly with a regular, like I call them rabbit ears. That's if you're older like me. That's what you used to call. That's what you had back in the day. But a regular antenna, your picture is going to be a better HD picture than it is from your cable company, because these television stations are required to send a signal, obviously, out, and when you have cable, it's going from the TV station to your cable company, which then is being signal sent out to you. Whereas if you have over the air, it's coming right from the TV station right to you, so your picture is clear. I mean, I see that when I have over the air. My pictures are crystal clear, and I go to visit people that have cable, and it's like, boy, their pictures, it's not nearly as clear as what mine is. I'm not paying for it. But anyway, so cable is one you can maybe adjust what you spend on it. Moving on, if you have stuff that you don't use, selling unused items, having yard sales, garage sales, and every year the development I live in has development yard sales. I mean, and so I mean that's just something that we do as development, and I mean you have stuff you'd be surprised at stuff that you pick up over the year that you don't use. And sorry about that. You can also sell stuff on eBay or Craigslist, or if you have like storage, if you have a lot of stuff in storage, I mean, think about the stuff that's in there do you need that stuff in storage? Because that's, what's that, like 40, 50 bucks a month for storage. Depends on what size you get and, what all you get with it. But there's that's a cost you could maybe do without. Okay. Moving on here, number 8, entertainment. Do they still call it clubbing? I don't know. Back when I was became of age, that was called clubbing. But yeah, do you do that? I mean, if you do that, are you going out every weekend, Friday and Saturday nights? If you are, then obviously you're spending money on the drinks and that's going to add up quickly. Especially when you start drinking a little too much and all, hey, next round's on me, that sort of thing, that adds up. Media, or, like I already mentioned TV, but like, I don't even know. I don't buy this stuff, but like when you download, like iTunes and stuff. I mean, I don't know what that stuff costs. And it was like 99 cents probably for a song or something. But I don't know. People spend money on that. Is that something you're spending on? Magazine subscriptions. Do you have, magazine subscriptions that you religiously get? You've got them for years, but are you still reading them yet? That's something. If you can cut back on that, maybe you don't need that anymore, because you can read all this stuff online now. You can even read, like, if Geeky these magazines, you can get subscription where they have just a digital subscription where it's cheaper. It's like $4.99 a month. I know, like, the newspapers do that. Your local newspapers, at least mine does anyway. Anyway, the newspaper. I mean, I cut that out. I used to get that, but I find myself not reading it more than reading it, because I get all my news, either they're online or over the air TV, that sort of thing. So I don't, I need the newspaper. It wasn't a whole lot. It's like I don't know. It's like $100 for 3 months, so maybe $300 a year, something like that. But there's some stuff you can cut back. Clothing purchases. Are you someone that buys clothes a lot? Are you someone that goes to, I don't know, these fancy clothing stores? Can you buy from lower price stores? Walmart, Target. You have to buy name brands. You can buy off brands. I mean, that's something that you think about. How much are you spending on clothing? Maybe that's not a problem. Maybe it is. For me, it never really was. I'm a guy, so I don't have to go out and buy clothes every week. It just, I don't know. I shouldn't say I'm a guy. That's why I don't do that. But I mean, it's just something I was never stuck on, where I had to, had the best of, the top of the line clothes. I was never, that just wasn't me. So, but anyway, there's another area you can look at. Okay, and then 10, some personal expenses. When you go to get your hair done, you're going, how much are you paying for a haircut, or how often do you go, that sort of thing. And, when you go to that, are you getting do you have to have the wash, are you getting the wash done? Are you going and getting when I sit and, if I'm at the salon or the barber shop, I don't go to the salon. If I'm waiting for my turn, I'll read this sign where they have all these different things and all the different, like, the colorings and the stuff. All these prices are outrageous, and it's like, wow. Anyway, so something to think about there. How much you spend in there? Manis and petties, you get them. There's cost. I don't know what they cost. I know. I remember, girls come in to work with these. When I had my job and I was working, they had these fancy nails. They get the nails done. It was like $40. Does that sound right? $40 a pop, and that last. I asked how long does that got last, and they'll say they'll take it off in, like, I don't know, what, 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Does that sound right? A couple weeks. But anyways, I mean, that stuff's gonna add up. Are you someone that gets regular tattoos and piercings? Gym membership. Do you have a gym membership that you don't use? There's something to think about there. Or if it's something that, and then when I had a gym membership, stuff I would do in there, basically stuff I could just do outside. I wouldn't need the gym for it. But see, the treadmill was my thing, and I just walking on that, or else the exercise bike, pretty much all I do. So I really wouldn't, need to spend that. But again, I joined when I did Planet Fitness, which was $10 a month. Really, it's not too bad. There's other ones that cost a lot more. And are you someone that, here's not the last one here is a spa? Are you someone that goes to the spa regularly? Or I didn't put that on there, but another one I thought of is like massagers. I know people that go get their regularly monthly massage. I mean, some expenses there maybe that you can look into. And then, since that's like it for the 10 that I have there, as far as to give you an idea where you can start from. So if you're still hanging on here, if you're still with me, and I have one here, the one kind of effortless cost cutter that you can do right away, that's not going to make you cringe. If you have credit cards, call your credit card company and ask them to lower your credit card rate. 9 times out of 10, they're going to do it automatically, right away. No questions asked, they're just going to do it. I mean, unless you've already done it. But if you haven't done it, call them. And especially if you're someone that has a credit card that you do pay it on time and you've been a good customer with them, a loyal customer with them, I don't want to say lie to them, but if you're like me, you get credit card statements. You get credit card applications left and right in the mail. And it's, like I said, call them up and say, hey, I got this, so and so, and this is the rate they're offering me, this rate here. What can you do for me? So, I've been with you guys for a long time, and they're going to work with you. I promise you. I mean, unless you're, especially for someone that is paying your credit card on time every month, they want you. I mean, obviously, they like collecting their finance charges if you don't pay the whole balance. But anyway, they're going to want to keep you as a customer either way. So that's something you can do right away. That's not going to, be so hard to do. It's actually an easy thing to do. That, along with, like I said, if you have payments as far as like a car payment, you're refinancing a mortgage, if you have that. I mean, it's something obviously you want to talk to someone about before you do look into. I know I refinanced my mortgage when I had one. I took it from 21, started with 30 years, and I took it down when I got down. I think I had 21 years left. I took it down to 10 years, so I cut 11 years off it when I refinanced when I did. So that was something that was, I pay a little more, but each month, but I was okay doing that, so I was able to, really reduce that. So anyway, so that's really about it for this video. If you have anything you want to add to that, it'd be great. Put it in the comments below this video. If you want to, if you have something you want me to make a video about, as far as if you have questions that you want to learn something new, I can make a video on it. I'll be glad to do that. Just put that again down below in the comments. And also down below in the comments, I will also put some links to the programs that I use and the different tools that I use in my business that I think that can might be of interest to you that you can do. And also one other thing I have here I did mention it is one thing you can do to help offset your advertising costs once you get started is most of the things that you use as far as tools, whether it's like like trackers and that sort of thing, all that stuff has affiliate programs, which means when they'll give you a link and you use that link when people join your team. When someone joins you, you give them that link because you want team duplication, so that you're going to share the the tools that you use with them so they can start them, but you're going to give them your affiliate link, so when they join, you're going to get a little chunk of that. So that's going to be little commissions you'll get, if it's a monthly membership, you get a little monthly commission, and those add up when you start sharing your affiliate links for the programs you're using with your team, and obviously teach them to do the same thing with their team. Those can really help offset some of your advertising costs and your business costs in general. So just something to think about. Anyway, so that's it for this video. Again, any questions or comments, right below the video, put it there. You're going to find my contact information. It'll be right at the top. My phone number, cell number, 24/7. You can reach me. Facebook, email, all that good stuff's there. Any questions, just let me know. I'm always around. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I appreciate that. And hit that little bell button for notifications when I upload a video, because I got to do this every Tuesday. I put up a video, new trading video. So that way you get notified when I put that up. So yeah, that's it for this week. So on how to cover advertising costs. And I look forward to next week. All right, bye for now.